Hello, friends. It's Monica and...
and Axel.
Coming to you from Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen in Toronto, Canada. We have our Kentucky baked tofu, friends. Home baked fries, cucumber slices, some gravy. And today I actually made some lemonade. I haven't made lemonade in forever.
Did you use that weird flour again?
Yeah, but on the inside. That's what we did last time. Okay, this gravy is going to be super hot, so. And goopy. Ugh, I hate when gravy does that.
Curry gravy.
Yes.
I can tell.
Curry. And I used the homemade stock from yesterday's soup. The African peanut soup.
Mm.
Mm. This is that crunch.
Yeah.
So satisfying. Mm. Good news, friends. Papa is home. Well, he doesn't live with us, so he's not here. At his home. Mm. For those of you who've been watching us, you know Papa lives with my older brother. So, he went there yesterday. I'm just going to grab some salt. See, friends, very rarely will you see me use salt.
For fries.
Yep, need it for french fries. And I'm actually going to put some in the gravy because I didn't put it in any stock. Put any in the stock.
What kind of chips did you get?
Miss Vicky's. So Axel and I both went out today, and we came back and we like, guess what? We brought fries. I mean, potato chips, both of us. He bought lightly salted Ruffles, and I bought Miss Vicky's plain. What's your favorite kind of potato chips? Or crisps for the UK folks. We have a shop here called the Nutty Chocolatier. And they sell all the UK products. So they have Walker's crisps there. And they're good. Mind you, I haven't been...
They have salt and shake.
Have what?
Salt and shake.
What's that?
I have it all the time when I go to Alex's, but it's basically potato chips that are potato chips, but they're not salted at all. And they come with a little packet of coarse sea salt.
Ooh. Are they oily though? Like, how does it stick to them then?
They're a bit oily, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
That's cool.
so you dump however much salt you want. You can add a little bit or the whole thing or whatever. And then you just
Shake it.
shake it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does the bag close up or you just have to hold it closed?
You just have to hold it. They're the little, like, single bags. Not a big bag.
So let's see who would know what that is. Jason and Paul.
Yeah. Obviously.
Vegan Kathy. Mandy Beddoes. I'm trying to think of how many of you are over in the UK. Because y'all came over from those vegan guys. So many of my friends from here have been to over there as well. I love that. I love helping each other out. It's so good. I made your hat hair today because we had like minus, what was today? Minus 16? And friends, tomorrow is supposed to be minus 28.
27.
27, whatever. Cold as hell. Well, obviously not hell because it's hot. Take a bite. That's so good. I think I want to marinate the tofu though.
Yeah, I would.
In like, I don't know, broth.
Bourbon.
Like if I had marinated this in the broth that I made this gravy with, it would be fantastic. I'll have to try that next time, but I don't know at what stage to marinate it. So do I marinate it?
Before you bread it.
But I mean, when it comes out of the freezer and thaws out,
Marinate it after that, probably.
I'd press it. I don't have no fancy press thing. I use, you're gonna laugh. Here's the chips I actually bought. I have this bucket, a cloth down in the bottom, and then I put the 2 things of tofu because we did 2. I put this lid on top, and then I put a can of jackfruit.
That's not jackfruit.
Not jackfruit, banana blossoms, and this big old thing of apple cider vinegar. So I could weigh it down and take some of the water out. So I would do that, and then marinate it, and then flake it up, I suppose. I'll have to watch Mary's Test Kitchen video about it again. So today for the breading, I just did,
Did you feed the dog?
Yeah. Regular flour. No.
Not regular flour.
Not regular flour, like, well, they know our flour is gluten-free.
Yeah, but what if they're neutral?
There's chives on the potato chips. Look at the green spots.
Oh.
Yeah. So gluten-free flour, but it's that breaded KFT stuff. That we used in those ones that were a huge fail. So that's the first dredging this time.
I liked when we did it before, like it was just the regular tofu and you made whatever that mix was, and it was like super, like it was different from this. It was like really big and chunky. I liked that, the taste of the
Because it was homemade.
Yeah.
Super spoiled. I love buying convenience products because it's so convenient, but
Doesn't mean it's better.
we're kind of spoiled because we make homemade everything, and then you get used to that flavor.
Charlie.
And then, you know, sometimes other stuff kind of doesn't work. Anyway, so tomorrow we are having our burrito bowls.
I forgot what we were eating tonight.
I had to prepare for this for like 2 days, dude.
Well, yeah, but when I was on my way home and you said, oh, dinner's in the oven, I was like, I don't remember what we're eating. So, what I did was on Tuesday,
I put the 2 packs of tofu in the freezer. I took them out on Wednesday, let them thaw, put them back in the freezer. Took them out this morning, and then used them tonight. They weren't even not thawed out all the way. But anyway. So, back to Papa. He's back home. He sounds good. But he's very weak, you know. I mean, he's been through so much, like I said. I'm getting full. Adrian's going to visit him tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is okay for that. But Adrian's used to it. He lives up north.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a truck driver. So. Huh?
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does for a living now. You didn't even know.
Because when we went to go and see Papa with him, didn't he?
He was working at the labeling place. Remember?
Oh, he was working at a lumber yard.
Mm-hmm. He's a truck driver for the lumber yard.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was like in the factory.
No.
Okay.
So he goes and takes like all the deliveries out for the lumberyard.
Oh, right. I think I remember him saying that.
Yeah. When we went to visit Popeye. We were talking about it on the way home.
Yeah, and how he had to go down this like super small driveway and have to turn around. Yeah.
So he delivered to this place. It's an island.
Well, he didn't deliver onto the island.
No. It goes to the inlet, I guess it's called.
He went to the docking area.
Mm-hmm. And then everything
to
is
the boats.
Yeah.
So that the boats can take it to the island.
But these people live on this island. And they were ordering these like massive amounts of things to fix one of the houses there.
Or build one.
Oh. I don't think they'd be building it this time of year, so it must have been just fixing something. Anyway, whatever. It's kind of cool. He used to work at a labeling place. Oh, story time. So, I used to work at this labeling place.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew about that.
Yes, I did. When you hear the story, you'll know.
Okay.
So, we don't drink, so I can't even show you one. But you know the labels that go... Well, they're not really labels. The tops, because we made the labels as well, but the foil tops that go on bottles of wine that you have to peel off before you get to the cork. I made those.
Yeah, I've never heard of this story.
I worked with Papa.
Nope.
There you go. Story time for everybody. So, it was called Fleming Potter.
That's a funny name.
Oh, man. Awesome place to work. Everybody there was so friendly. We were like a little family. I worked there for 2 years with my dad. He was the lead hand. Our boss's name was Bruce. His kids worked there too. Kelly and... I can't remember the other guy's name. Sorry. Anyway. My dad stayed there for a long time. Until they moved up north. I'm done. Oh. So, honest to goodness, like sometimes when you see things, I don't know if anybody's into watching like how it's made. Axel and I used to be obsessed with how it's made. Yeah. It's just really cool to see like anything that you buy and how it starts as a process, like the plastic and how it starts as little pellets and how they melt it down, and it's so cool. So, I ran my own machine, okay? When you first get trained, you train with somebody else, obviously, until you learn all the ins and outs of the machine. And then, the first time, when I started working there, it was only going to be for a summer student job. And then I just really enjoyed it. So I ended up quitting school and working there full time. It was so nice because I was living in the city still here, and my parents had moved up north, and then I was working there during the summer, but I ended up quitting school and working there and ended up moving up to the cottage with my parents. I will say that the only thing that wasn't fun, that we started at 6 in the morning. So we had to leave the cottage sometimes, especially in the winter, at 3 in the morning. Ooh-wee! So I was a teenager going to bed at like 8 at night so that I could get a good sleep. Anyway, so these machines, depending on which actual foil cap you're making, it starts off that you have to have these big, huge presses, okay? And we have to make the end cap for it, which is a little piece of rubber that goes on these big pounding things that go through. Now, there was only one person in the whole factory. His name was Ernie. He was from Illinois. Real Southern man. Very proper. And definitely had his ways, and nobody messed with him. Anyway, him and I ended up becoming good friends, which is really funny because everybody else didn't really like him, but I loved, not like him as a person, but they just didn't like that he was so strict. But he loved me because of my work ethics. So I was really like a hard worker. I wanted to learn all of the things to do with the machine because I'm obsessed with how things work, which is why I like watching shows like How It's Made. I used to love taking apart things with my mom and like putting them back together and seeing if we could make it work if it was broken, and just even if it did work, finding out how it worked. I love that kind of stuff. So these were like massive rolls of foil. Okay, we're talking excuse me, like 500-pound foil rolls. And it goes onto the back of this machine, and it's fed through, so you can have small little ones, you can have longer ones that actually cut a whole bunch at the same time on the, oh, I wish I could remember all the names of the things, but of course I'm going to forget, the die cutters. So you, these machines, I'm telling you, like, it's something from a movie. They're so big, and it's insane that one person is running this whole machine, that you have to sometimes run from one end all the way to the other end to make that everything is running smoothly, package up what comes out at one end, go back to the other end to make sure that it's pounding properly and getting the little imprint on it. Because no matter where you buy your wine from, or your vinegar from, or wherever you're buying something with that little special foil top on the top. I do wish that I had one. So you just peel it off and then you get the cork underneath, right? So they have to have their little label on the top. So say it's, I don't even drink wine, so I don't remember the names. I don't know. A wine company. Do you know any wine names? Baby Duck. I remember Baby Duck because we had that one time.
I remember that because I found it in somebody's fridge once.
There you go. So say Baby Duck, they have their wine label at the top, which is usually the same logo as the company, right? So that little rubber thing, you had to go into a special shop in order to make that. And it was, these die casts were all over the walls, and you had to just know where to go in order to find which one you needed. Well, that was Ernie's job, like I said, but he had trusted me enough that I was able to go and make my own, because these machines pound with like 500 pounds of pressure. The rubber tip only lasts so long, so you have to keep making more, and usually you make 4 or 5 at once so that you can keep replacing it as you notice if it's not printing properly. So I ended up doing my own, and I mean, I was young. I was only, I want to say that I was 17. I think I stayed there from 17 to 19. So it was just really cool. Like, I got to learn every machine that was there, except this one at the back, because it was like, oh my gosh, it was probably a mile long, this one machine. And there was one gentleman named Ian who used to run that machine. Let me tell you, that guy was a genius. Holy crap. So it would come through and it would punch out. It starts as a regular roll of foil, and then it cuts out circles, and then it goes into this compression machine, and it punches it, and then that rubber tip makes the label on the top, and then it goes, and a pressure of air throws it out to the other end, and they stack up, like, you know, anything that you see stacked in the store, say a stack of cups when you buy them, right? And then we have to check the top one, the bottom one, and hope to God that the ones in between are proper, right? Because, you know, if the one on the end is proper, the one on the top is proper, generally speaking. And you're also watching them as they shoot out. So sometimes you really have to, like, it's hard because you're watching this machine for like 8 hours, right? Obviously a regular shift. And you have to watch each one as it spits out. And I'm talking, these things spit fast. Sometimes you could make 12,000 caps in one day. That's a lot. So, yeah, I stayed there for 2 years. It was so cool. And I don't know if the company is in existence anymore. They probably are. I mean, people still drink wine and people still need the caps for them. It was just a neat place to work. It was out in Markham. The reason why I moved up north was because to get there from here was a nightmare. Because we only have certain buses in the city that are 24 hours a day. So for me to get to there at 6 a.m., I would even have to leave here at like an insane hour.
You'd have to leave here at like 2 to catch the last bus.
It was nuts.
And then get there super early.
It was nuts. And Markham doesn't have, well, didn't then, transit the way that it does now. Like now I could probably take the GO train and maybe go to the last, like out to Markham stop and then go that way. But whatever the case may be, all I remember is that it was 2 bus fares because you pay to get to the Markham, like the end of Scarborough, the beginning of Markham, and then you pay again when you hit Markham. So it was a nightmare. So then I just said, well, I might as well just move to the cottage, and I ended up living up there. It was cool. And my mom worked at this place called Radionics Medical. I don't know if I've talked about I think I've talked about some of the jobs that my mom had, right? So Radionics Medical, they make the machines that your eye doctor looks at your eyes with and measures all of the different things in your eyeball. It was so neat. My mom's had the coolest jobs. So, yeah, we stayed friends with a lot of the folks from there even after we left. And it was just a really, really nice place to work. Like I said, in the whole factory, there was maybe 12 of us, if that. And, like, they came to visit. And it was just, you know, I really liked it. It was a really nice place to work. And I love hearing stories, like I said, of how things are made, because I just think it's fascinating. Because obviously when you buy things, sometimes you have no clue how that started out and the amount of work that it took into making something. So sometimes people complain about something costing, like, I don't know, this was $8 or $9.99, right? Okay. The amount of work that goes into this thing, not only getting the actual pink Himalayan salt, but the bottle itself, and then, you know, you have to think of the actual work that goes into it and the fact that wherever this is made, the factory has to pay for everything. Then the people have to pay for the workers for the salt. And like, I don't know, like a plate. How did this happen? Why are Corelle more expensive than anything else? And how they say that it won't shatter, that's bold, just saying.
Yeah, they shatter.
Oh my God, we had one shatter so badly that like a shard of it went in somebody's foot after we cleaned because we didn't see that one little piece. Was that Felix or Kevin? Felix had a piece. Oh no, Felix was the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have parquet flooring, which, you know, who has parquet flooring anymore? We have parquet flooring, and it's so ancient that like shards of the wood or whatever it's called will come up and like, oh man, Felix, who used to live with us, got a massive piece of it in his foot, and Axel had to get it out. That was not pretty.
We tried everything.
Yeah, so I think it was Kevin who got the piece of this in his foot.
Probably.
Oy, oy, oy. So anyway, tomorrow's burrito bowls, like I said, so I have to do a whole process for that. There'll be black beans made, there'll be rice made in the Instant Pot, so I have to do 2 different things. That's why the African peanut soup took so long yesterday. Oh my gosh, it wasn't even finished until what, 11?
Yeah.
I wasn't even hungry by the time it was done, friends. I did not eat nothing last night. Axel had some at 11:30 when it was a little bit cooler, but it was so hot because it's thick as fudge.
You didn't not eat anything?
Yeah, excuse me, double negative.
Mm-hmm.
That means I ate everything. So, yeah, what did I do yesterday for it? I made the chickpeas in the Instant Pot. So with the Instant Pot, you don't have to soak anything, which is fantastic, but when you cook it, then you have to wait for it to do a natural release so that you can actually open the machine. So sometimes that's like a half an hour. So yeah, it has to heat up, and then it has to cook the actual thing, and then it has to cool down. So it can take a long time. And then I had to do the vegetable stock because I make everything from scratch. So if I had thought about it, I would have done it all during the day. But tomorrow, that will be what's going on. Because if we have this minus 27 weather tomorrow, I will be staying in the house. I want to make banana muffins to freeze. And he probably needs to go to the bathroom because he ate a huge dinner. I know. Oh my God. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah.
You haven't been able to say hi in days because we got our new table. Are you missing your friends? He's tilting his head like, hmm? All right, Derpy.
Gross. You just burped.
Oh.
Wait.
Charlie's so funny when he burps. His whole head's like a pigeon or something. Little tongue. Okay, come. Whoa. Yeah, it's tilted, Charlie. Lay down. No, you can't have that. No, that's Grandma's. Lay down. Lay down. Hi, friends. And on Sunday, I am going to church, and then I'm going to meet my friend in the afternoon at this cool store called Old's Cool. I don't know if you want to come. Okay. Listen, dog. Maybe. Dear Jesus. Thank you. So, I don't know if I'll be able to film there because it's usually packed. But what I might be able to do is just show some of the stuff. Yes, and I'll make sure not to film any people, like Paul was doing when he went shopping with us today. He went vintage shopping. He did. Not vintage. Thrift stores. Yeah. What? Yeah. Those vegan guys?
Oh.
He went and did some shopping. It was really cool. He just took us in the shops. They have ones there for they're for animals. So all of the proceeds from the store go to Animal Aid.
Yeah.
I don't even think we have that in Toronto.
No.
I should find out. Because we love thrifting. Honestly, sometimes even our secondhand shops, they'll have 50% off day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We need to go to Value Village because I need some more summer clothes. Because summer's coming up, so. Yeah,
summer's coming up. We're on minus 27 freaking weather tomorrow. And he's worried about buying summer clothes. Okay. Oh my God. I think I ate too much. Okay. I think that's it, friends. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when we upload a new video. And you even look at your friends. Why are you being so rude?
Charlie.
Look at your friends. They see in the back of your head.
Charlie.
Look, over there. You're so cute, Derby. Hi. Keep smiling, friends, and stay blessed. Okay, cut.